I got to that point, and so I wasn't afraid to express who I am.
Anymore.
I am a born again Christian.
Come on now.
And that's it.
She loved the Lord.
I love
Period.
the Lord.
Yes. We love Jesus.
Yes. I love Jesus so much, you know. And so I had to understand that even if I'm doing a love song, am I reflecting that light? So I won't use sexual words.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, when I say the voice of Africa, I mean, I think that you already know who my guest is. She is known for her sonorous voice. And I mean, it literally goes before her, to be honest. I mean, she's an actor and, you know, an entrepreneur, but you know her basically for her amazing singing ability. She's my friend, she's my sister, and we're going to be just saying about a lot of things. And she'll be spilling, you know, if you not get here, and because she loves to, you know, drop mic a lot, so yeah, she might be spilling little some nuggets.
I don't like to drop mic. I was like, this one he's inviting me.
You know, wait, let me introduce you. Waje is here.
Oh, sorry guys. My name is Waje. This was a setup. The idea, I thought, was to come, you know, maybe like give you, you know, those podcasts that will say, so when you want to work hard, you look within yourself
and
strive. I didn't know it's gossip.
It's aproko.
Apoko Progressive Union. He called me here to talk tete-a-tete.
But we gossip a lot, so I mean, why not?
Behind the scenes.
Actually, this
now,
one is in front
unfortunately, he's bringing it to the front of the scene. Thank you for inviting me.
I love it.
All right, so in all your almost 20 years, right, of doing this thing that you love, is there anything that you wish maybe you would have done different at any point, or done better at any point at all
in your career?
Oh, yes. Fundamentally, I would say that I wished, or rather, I would have preferred owning who I am without questioning it. I know that as you grow, you discover, you know, but even in my not knowing so much about myself, I for still act like say I know. You know, I think that in my early years as a musician, I was seeking more validation than trusting from people, than trusting my own, you know, powers and my own person and the value that I brought. I kind of just sought validation. So every stage was, you know, what meant more to me was the perception people had about me. If they think what my work is great enough, is it enough for them to say, oh, well done, Waje? And if they don't say, well done, Waje, what do I do to make them say, well done?
Ooh.
Yeah, so I would, the only thing I would change is owning, even in my foolishness, owning it, you know, because you can't tell people to, you can't give what you don't have. So if you have something and you want people to buy it, you have to first believe it. Yeah,
so meaning you would, for example, make music, make videos, and then show people and say, oh, what do you think? Or is that?
Oh yes, I used to do that a lot. I used to sample my work. I stopped sampling my work maybe about 4 years ago. Before I would sample my work and I would want to know what people are thinking. Now it's a different thing when you just want to exchange, you know, energy, you know, like, oh yeah, I trust this person is so good at what they do, and I would like to just know what they think about what I'm working on. That's different. But me not even trusting the content in itself, and you know, hoping that by the time I play to 4 or 5 people and they say, okay, Waje, then now from there I go can't get the confidence to say, you know what, this is
a banger.
Yeah, I just, you know, that's the only thing I'll probably change.
That's really deep. And it's funny that you say that, because yesterday, right, I had someone on this couch and he's a new artist, and he was talking about, and I asked him, I said, what is that one thing that you've had to learn the hard way? And he said, Charles, honestly, having to shut up.
Yeah.
Just keep quiet, do your thing, take them by surprise.
Yeah.
And when they see it, they're fine.
Yeah. Because you have situations where you play your music for somebody and then next thing you're hearing and there's a similarity to what you're doing. And you're like, but I can't say you stole the idea.
Yeah, exactly.
But
exactly.
You stole the idea.
Let me give you one gist. So there are two people in this industry, right? And one is a comedian, one is a musician, right?
Okay.
And this is the gist. They're friends.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're friends now, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
Waje, I have this idea.
Yeah.
You know, this is what I want to do. It's not music, but I think it's going to be really big. I mean, I act as well. The musician acts as well, right? And I think this is going to be really huge. This is the idea. Broke it down for this other comedian friend of his. And the guy was like, oh, really nice. I'm not wrong with this idea. It's really dope. And he's like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, I'm wrong with it. And then, do you know what he did? The musician guy started, you know, building a set because he really wanted to do it right. So he was building a set, you know, 2 weeks in, he calls a producer friend of mine who gave me this gist, by the way, and says, oh, we're going to produce this show. This is the idea. I'm already building a set. And she was like, this is mad. It's going to be so good. Let's go. And they were building the sets. The 3rd week, according to her, that was her first week of employment, but 3rd week of building now.
Yes.
That's how the person that she's working for now sent her video and say, is this not the idea that we are working on?
Yes.
You will not believe that the friend that he told the idea took the idea and ran with it, and in less than 2 weeks it was out. And he couldn't do anything because it was just like, you can't sue him, he can't do anything. It was just an idea. And then this person ran with it literally. It's crazy.
But you know, I as I grew older in experience, I realized that no matter how much people take your idea, they really can't execute it like you. So the truth is, there's something that made it resonate with you. It's not just about the sets. You understand? There's a reason why you came up with it.
Yes.
So, like, if you look, let's say podcasting, for example, there's so many podcasts.
A whole lot.
Days. But when somebody thinks of it, it's just like packaging tin tomatoes. You will not say because this brand of tin tomatoes is there, you will not know how to do your own. You understand? Share the fundamental things I say.
Is there tomato?
It's tomato, Abi.
Yeah.
I will do my own tin tomato. You do your own. So but that's just to show you my inexperience made me so afraid of, you know, trusting in that idea that was given to me, even if somebody has sampled it. You understand? And so sometimes I would just leave the idea and that side, it's gone, it's dead, and the other person takes credit for it. But I have come to understand that, you know, as God is giving you an idea, He's giving 20 other people. And you understand?
First carry around.
Yes. Now, or you might be a thief. But if you stole it, right, the person who it was given to should still run with it, because there's something different that person brings that you, the thief, you do not have the capacity to bring. Your own will still be successful as a thief that you are.
Right.
But you know, there will still be that child's element
to it
that is going to be absolutely different from what maybe the person who posed the idea. So yeah. Okay. That's why I like you. Always find the Jesus angle in everything. You know, the peaceful. So that's how I've kept saying. If
the
not,
peaceful angle in everything. I'm talking about keeping sane.
Yeah.
I know things have made you go crazy.
Oh yeah, everything.
It might be something.
Like I almost went crazy just.
What
now.
happened? What happened?
On my way, my people, let me just.
Please just me.
So you know I was running late, right?
Yeah.
So I passed Jakonde, and yeah, no, I had not gotten to Jakonde. I just passed. What's that roundabout before Jakonde?
Second roundabout.
No, not second roundabout. Third roundabout. Then the next one where
Freedom Way is.
No. After Freedom Way, coming down.
Chisco. Okay. Chisco.
So there was this waste management van. All you people that used to carry trailer. One day, God save you. Send up my motor now you bash. The guy was just driving like, you know, he was maybe driving a Lamborghini Countach or one Porsche or something. Just zoom like that.
A truck.
Yeah. Next thing, fume. He hit somebody's car. See, I parked my car, I was doing like this.
Are you serious?
Call me Petit Labelle, it's okay. I was doing like this. The guy saw me. I just parked on this side. I was like,
clap for yourself. Can you imagine that? Which car did they jam?
One is a white Toyota Corolla.
Okay, it's okay.
Toyota. It's not okay. The boy was just driving on his own lane. This guy now decided that, because what he wanted to do, there was another truck in front of the truck. So he probably wanted to bypass without actually looking
to
see somebody was there. And the guy was right on. So he rammed into him. Like, the ramming was so clear. I had to give him, I had to applaud him.
And you're petty.
I had to applaud him. I had to say, oh my God, you made yourself a scapegoat this morning. I'm so proud
They
of
go
you.
use you shy.
I
never said anything.
I can't think. If it wasn't at me, I for hug gun. First of all, say God, I don't pray to God say I want to change my motor. God can use you.
You be changing this car today.
First of all, I go first video the company. I say, no, I go send them.
As a bill, sharply, a brand new automobile.
Exactly. So I just imagine if that would have been madness. Funny enough, I was already sending you a picture of the thing so that you and I remember you're supposed to be going, you're late. So
right.
So many things have definitely
Now let's talk about
madness.
Let's talk about the things that you have heard about you. Ooh. Or even about your crafts that you're just like, what in God's name is this?
Yeah.
I don't even understand the genesis of this thing I'm seeing in the press or whatever.
Yes.
Talk to me.
I think one of the things that shook me that I heard about me is just the curiosity of knowing who my daughter's father is. And at the time, the person was trying to go through my friends.
Right.
So we'll say something to my friends and say, I said it. So that...
Oh, so that means you knew the person who was trying to get the information?
Oh, yeah, I did. So that... But the person was in the media. So that my friends will spill. Oh, yeah, you talk now. Your friend don't talk about you. You don't go talk about her.
Really?
Yeah.
Stop.
So it used to make me laugh because me and my friends
would not just about it. That's why it's good to have good friends.
Yeah, So yeah, that was funny. I think another thing that I have heard about me, but this was years ago. That I was married and I lived in Bagada with whether it was two boys I had or something. I can't even remember.
What's the God's name is that? Thinking about that, Waje can't live in Bagada, you guys. She can't stand it.
At the time, I could live in Bagada.
Okay, at the time.
Because I was in the trench of the trenches. So, yeah, I heard that one. What else have I heard about me? The one that I think I know people aren't saying it from a malicious place. But you see, words have power. And some people might celebrate it and making it like, oh, people see who I am and that's why they say it. But I do not like being addressed as an underrated artist.
I've seen that before on Twitter.
Yeah, many times. I do not like being addressed. Your perception of success is between you and your mind and what you think.
It is.
Do you understand? So I'm an artist and that's all there is.
That's what I'm about.
You understand? And there's room to consistently work on myself, consistently evolve and grow. So I know people don't say it from a bad place. I know because people feel, oh, Waje should be somewhere like I want to see her in a place where to me this is this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But it's just something that I'm not quite.
But don't you think is because of what some of your colleagues have caused in the industry, the whole classism? So there is an A class, there's a B class, C class.
But
I'm tired of the
colleagues
classes
that are classing it or the.
Is your colleagues though? They create these classes.
How do they create it? They'll come to you say, I'm an A-list artist.
Or they say, oh, I want only, for example, I work in media and I work, in PR, and you hear things like, oh, for this event, we only want like B-list artists.
That's what I'm saying. Who is my colleague? Media or the artist?
No, the artists. The artist manager, the artist company, all those people.
So the artist manager is going to say, oh, I want, or who is hiring? Who is creating the events? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. I do.
So the thing is, everything is like this narrative of women don't support women. Do I know that there's toxic women in the industry? As every industry. Are they toxic men?
Oh, yes, they are.
As every industry. But it depends on how you project it. Then it becomes a thing. So if somebody comes to me and says, oh, I want a B artist. Me. Check my career. I've featured and worked with, whether it's on my song or on their song, different classes of artists. Yes, because first thing, I see your talent. And when I'm listening to a song, I'm not checking the class. I'm checking the value in terms of what you bring to the song in itself. So if you be a person who don't come out yesterday, I'll just listen to a song and I'll be like, this person's voice would be nice on this song. That's how I think. You understand? And I don't think that everybody should think like me, but that's just how I process things. So I feel like many times is the people who actually want the work or the media that projects and says, oh, this is A, B, this is B. And I understand that there's classism because we don't all collect the same price.
Of course.
Do you understand? But at the same time, an artist, regardless of their class, has value. Every artist has value. And I think people should hire them for what you want them for, based on the value they are bringing, not based on the perception of, oh, this is A and this is B. Because sometimes you even go and hire the person that you think is D, and you get more value for your money. The person does and overdoes. Have you not had situations like that? I've had situations where I'm dealing with somebody and the person is even giving me more than I paid for, and I'm like, no. You understand? Yeah. So, and then sometimes he might even bring the one that you're like, God, what a ant beat.
What a Biden. What a please.
You'll be like,
really? Is that what I paid for?
Yeah.
I know.
You understand? So that's what I'm saying. Like, let it be based on the value. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna. I honestly did not want to bring this up, right?
Yeah, but you are bringing it.
But I'm going to bring it up, and the reason I'm going to bring it up is because, I mean, we've spoken about this, you know, and I'm curious to just know where your mind's at now concerning that. Even though I feel like I have an idea, right? So we had put out, of course, that you were coming. And someone said, oh, ask this question. I said, oh, I'm not sure that I want to, but I think I want to ask it now. I trust you, Sha. One of your recent, I mean, I know the song is not so recent, but you shot this video recently, right? I know. I know. And people kept saying, even in the comments, you know, on YouTube, the video, the song that featured Tiwa Savage on it, the video, you know, on YouTube, she wasn't in the video.
No, she wasn't.
She wasn't in the video, and people kept saying that, why is she not in the video? It was a whole thing. People who knew that I know you personally kept asking me, and I'm like, you're asking the wrong person. And that was just Yema Aska. I don't, you know. Yeah. And now that I said you were coming, they were like, oh, we want to know what happened with this video. So I'm not going to sugarcoat the question. What happened? Why wasn't Tiwa in that video?
You know, she was touring at the time.
Yes, she was.
Right? And, or rather, her tour was supposed to start. You know, it was very close. Because I even remember that I was even supposed to... Initially, our plan was to meet in London to shoot because I understood that her schedule was really tight. Right? But she now sent me a message. Her management now told me that she will be in town for this couple of days. So we can put it in this place because we gave different dates to fit in. I had her calendar somewhat, so we gave different days just to find which day fits in, you know. And I think, you know, when she was supposed to, so we sent it to her Nigeria. No, her manager knew that she was, you know, we had all sorted it and everything.
Okay.
But the days were clashing because she was supposed to do backup for her concert. You know, and you know she was doing the UK, the London tour in itself, like the performance, that was the one that she was doing. So it was sort of like clashing dates because she came into Nigeria and she had only 3 days, if I remember. She had only 3 days to say. So there were so many things that she fixed into those 3 days, right? And because her guys didn't tell us. If they had told us that, oh, because of the things that she had to do, would have figured out a way to shoot maybe some places on the island and shoot on the mainland. Or rather shoot everything on the island. I know traffic and Lagos. So at that point, she was doing the work that she was doing here, thinking that we were shooting on the island.
Right.
Only to find out that it was on the mainland and she just couldn't do the two. Right? So
that's what happened.
And I couldn't move this shoot because you understand, I had already planned. The guy had already built the set. Because what I would have been able to move it if it was one set for one video, but it was a set for 2 videos.
All right.
Do you understand? So my time too was crunched in, hers was crunched. So I was like, you know what, what's the decision you are going to make now, Waje? And I was like, okay, it's fine if she's not in the video.
Right.
Yeah, because I wasn't going to sacrifice.
But that was huge for you to have shot that video without And I feel like you have expected it at the back of your mind that people might ask questions, no?
Yeah. No, I know that people. So that's what I'm telling you about. You have to be able to understand. Because if it were me, let's switch places. I probably would have done the same thing. You understand? So you always have to give grace to people. And this is work. She's doing her own work, so I'm doing my own work. So at that point, how do we marry each other's,
how do we help each other?
Yeah, how do we help each other? You understand? So bottom line is, whether she's in the video or not, are you going to promote the song? Are you going to do your part as we agreed? Yes. And if you do that, then I'm fine with that.
All right, great. Question answered. So you should not disturb me anymore. One thing I really, really, really admire about you, apart from the fact that you love, the Lord and you're vocal about it, is the fact that Waje circle is really small, and your friends, honestly speaking, your friends are the best friends that anybody can have. And that's because I've experienced them. And it's such a close knit, and it's so cool. And they are so cool, you guys. Like, you don't even understand.
They're mad.
They're crazy, but it's just
they are mad.
They're almost what's the word? You can't penetrate that circle. It's just it's so sweet to see. And we know that the music industry is a jungle. It's crazy. The creative space is mad. The entertainment industry is wild. How do you select, the few in your circle? What are the things that you look out for? Like, for example, okay, let's even take a quick study, your circle. How did you form that circle, that bond that you can say, okay, these people are my people?
I don't think it's anything I did deliberately. Right. I just feel like when you meet people, your both energies will let you know how long this person will be in your life, right? Over time, I have learned the value of investing in my relationships. So I also work at it, you understand, to be there for them, to show up for my friends, and my friends do that for me. So most of my friends have taught me how to love by how they treat me. And when you are in such a great space where people support you, you don't want to be the only one receiving. You also want to give, because it's a non-toxic place. So you always want to be, you also want to give of yourself. So I don't think I just feel like, because we all love each other and really want to see each other grow, you would stay. I won't have to tell you, oh, I still want to be your friend, or you won't have to tell me you still want. You just know, oh, this person has my back, and for that, this is a safe space for me, and nobody wants to leave a place that is safe, right? So it wasn't anything I did deliberately. We just found we had the same energy, we wanted the same things, and maybe not necessarily work things, because some of my friends are not even in the entertainment industry, right? But they really want to see me grow. It's crazy. Like, sometimes I see them, I'm looking at my friends, I'm like, God, how did you give me this people?
You're lucky.
How did you give me these people? Like, I don't even understand it, So I'm grateful for that. And because of that, I'm working on myself to even be better for them as well. So that when they need me, I'm available. It's not me that will be taking from them. Yeah.
So you do your part.
It's a mutual
thing.
Yeah.
You are very, very vocal about your love for God. And in an industry like ours, it could be perceived funny. Right, and it's a thin line to thread on, because you're not exactly coming out to say that, oh, I'm singing gospel music, but you are also saying that I love Jesus, and I'm going to tell you that I love Jesus.
Oh, I love so much with all my heart.
You're one of the few. There is Banky. There are a few people who are very, very, they let you know that it's part of their lives. Adesua and the rest. How? Waje, did you get to that? Because I know that before this,
I was conflicted.
There had been a relationship with God.
Yes,
but
I was very conflicted, so it seemed like I was confused.
Exactly. Yeah. So how were you able to find the balance and then just say, well, you know what, whatever you guys think, I'm just gonna do my thing?
I think because I got to a point where I understood that what Jesus wanted from me wasn't religion. He just wanted me as I am. Not religion, not the sanctimonious, oh, does she look good enough to be called a child of God? Does she sound like a child of God? Does she sing like a child of God? She just wanted, it wasn't about my works. It wasn't about the things that I put up for people to give me a pat on the back and say, yes, she's for Christ. It's just me. And so because of that, I stopped proving and just wanted to be with my Father. And in doing that, I realized that fundamentally, I like using that word.
Fundamentally.
we are light.
Mm.
And if you bring light into a dark room, no matter how small the flame is, it will light up.
Of course.
Right? You're not going to check, oh, is it an electric, is it getting its source from electric, or is it getting it's light? What you see is a lit up room, right? You don't go check whether a match or light day, right? And because of that, that's what you reflect. That's what exudes out of you.
Right.
So whether you're singing a gospel song or you're singing a song, the light, your choice of words, you surround yourself with people who tell you the truth. Not the truth to make them feel better.
Okay.
But the truth as in the gospel, right?
So
something happened recently, and just to give you an idea of what I mean, I saw a short clip on Instagram that was really inspiring, and it was a prayer. So I put it in my story, and then I was at the gym and I was on my elliptical, and when I finished, I videoed my routine and put a song on it, and it was a Nicki Minaj song, because I love Nicki, and it had swear words, and I wasn't even listening. Now the beats, and my manager saw it and said, he now munched it. He said, now wow, please, are we praying or are we fuck shit? So those are the kind of people that I surround. So it's not about me trying to be sanctimonious. It's just me growing every day, knowing that, consecration is what is the daily journey. Christ. The minute you're born again, you are born again. But the consecration of that being, of that soul, is every day, is constant. You will fail forward, you will learn things, but you just want to shine your Father's light. And once you know that it's your Father's light, there will be no pressure. You won't care much about, am I doing it the way people want me to do it?
Right.
You understand?
Right.
And I feel like I got to that point, and so I wasn't afraid to express who I am. I am a born-again Christian.
Come on now.
And that's it.
She loved the Lord.
I love
period
the Lord.
Yes. We love Jesus.
Yes. I love Jesus so much. And so I had to understand that even if I'm doing a love song, am I reflecting that light? So I won't use sexual words. I won't, I'm even on my birthday, my friends put up something for me. I didn't even know that they were setting up a photo session for me. So I dressed up because I was going out with my friends. And I'm heavy at the top. So sometimes even if you wear the V-neck, make it reach there, the utensils go bring them down.
It's not like utensils, Waje, don't kill me.
So, and I was out with my friends. I wore this like a lacy jacket that I got from a great friend of mine, and I had an inner camisole inside that was V-neck, but it was deep V and everything. So when they sent the pictures to me, all I was looking is that the clay. So you are the one that now starts questioning, and it's not because you're trying to put up a front like, I'm righteous, and no, because you just want to be able to feel safe and be identified as, she loves God, and she loves God. It's for me, it's not for the fans. You understand? Listen to my music, and if it blesses you, I'm happy. But I also want to be able to stand in front of my Father and defend the identity that He has given me. Because I know that identity, the grace to defend it, the grace to be that, He gave it to you. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. So these are the things that sometimes they are in my head, and I'll play it and I'll be like, okay, Waje, no pressure. You understand? It's an everyday journey. But am I going to continuously speak and hopefully let who I am resonate with people as they see me and identify and say, I know that Waje loves the Lord. I definitely will not shy away from that.
Fantastic. Okay, so I have a radio show, right? And on my radio show, I speak to a lot of new artists, right? And oftentimes you hear things like, the established artists don't necessarily, quote unquote help or show them the way or whatever that means, right? And your name has been mentioned a couple of times. Names like Tiwa have been mentioned, Burner, Whiskey, and
that we don't show them the way.
People don't show them love. People don't show them the way and or whatnot, right? And so my question to you now is, I know that even as an established artist that you are, and I'm saying this because we have a personal relationship, you also struggle with stuff. There are things
but
that...
hold on, even before struggling with stuff, what do people mean by show them love?
Oh, so I asked that question too. And then you see them say things like, oh, and for example, when you walk up to them, at events and you want to maybe work with them, their manager, after taking their manager's number, they don't, you try to reach out, they don't respond anymore. Or you send them DMs and and
you
they don't
send
respond.
Who?
The
You send,
artist.
okay, hold on. Let's take this one step at a time,
yes,
right?
Please.
So you reach out to an artist and you take their manager's number, right? And you reach out to the manager.
The manager.
Right. So I tell artists this, don't take for granted that because you are up and coming, there's no professionalism to how you present yourself, right? If you truly are serious about featuring an artist, you send an email with a sample of the song. And most artists have their management's email address at
their bio,
on their bio,
social media.
Exactly, on social media. And I say that because there are 10,000 or more emails that will come to a label, an established artist. Isn't it unfair for you to think that you'll be giving preferential treatment? The artist doesn't know you. They are dealing with their own
issues.
They also have people that they've taken on as mentees. They are focused on those people, right? Now, there are people that, there's a guy, Ocho, I can't even remember how he met me. He was on Twitter, right? But I told him, immediately I responded, I said, send an email. And he did. And he made it so easy for me that, and not just that he sent the email and made it easy for me, the song was actually good. You will not say because you're an up and coming artist, then let an artist show me love by doing a song that the artist will even feel bad that, not feel bad that they did the song, but they are not giving you what you need. The reason why you are working with an artist is because you want some level of mileage and attention and all that, right? Now, if the artist feels that, oh, this is not going to, and artists have done it to me. Politely, they'll tell me, oh, Waje.
Really?
Yeah, and I accept it because I'll go back and go and work. You understand?
Someone tells you no?
It would be foolish for any artist to just, oh, I beg, I won't feature you. Oh, yeah, make we enter studio. If the thing not blown, you understand? There are departments, there are A&Rs and all these people that it's their job to listen and say, I don't think this is a sound for Waje at the moment. So do we start from, sometimes I even do it to the artist. My management, my A&R will do that. Will say, okay, you know what? This is where Waje is going with her sound. Do we think we can start from something, or you start something from scratch, right? Now, I understand that sometimes you don't even get the audience at all, but you just keep trying. Don't have the attitude of they are not showing me love. I think it's too much pressure you keep putting on the artists. Some of them don't even handle their social media. Their social media. There's so much. We are promoting movie 1 week. I'm already tired. I want to go home. Do you understand? I'm already, tired. So imagine the whole of yesterday. Red carpet, I wasn't I couldn't. You
literally want to be your phone.
I wasn't with my phone. Sinala was the person because I can't. I'm talking to this person. I'm doing red carpet, and then I'm not replying DM, waiting. I'm not leave omnipresent for Jesus. It's not me. I'm not omni nothing. Right? Do you understand? So I feel like this is one thing that younger artists should give grace to people. Right? And just continue. Nobody, whether artist is established or not, nobody can stop your shine, your light, and your death. Maybe it's not God's plan that you go through that person. Right? Just build. And one person that used his career to teach me this is World. World had a small fan base on SoundCloud. And he just kept doing. I started following World 2 years before people knew who he was. And by virtue of Tolani introduced me to his SoundCloud, and every time he will upload a song there, will be the people that follow him on SoundCloud will be the first people to listen to it. Do you understand? He was probably even in people's DMs with me. I don't know. Asha was enjoying his music and he was increasing his army. So by the time him and SARS collaborated and he was out to do, He had people who were willing. He had true, genuine fans who were willing. But some people, they've not even done anyone. They now want you, the one artist that you are still even trying to keep your head above water. So now, come on, now it's not fair.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like we should give grace to every
people.
Artist. But you were going to complete your
Yes, I was going to. So my question now is, you know, I know that you also, as an established artist, you struggle with stuff. You know, you have your own issues as well. What are those things that you still have to deal with now, even as an established, you know, act that people don't even realize?
People's expectations, should that be something I don't think I deal with people's. I think I deal with my own expectation of myself. Okay. I put myself under a lot of pressure that is unnecessary.
Pressure for what?
Pressure to
for results.
Yeah, for results, to what is accepting, like what is a great sound to me? What is success when I release something? Is it in the numbers? Is it in the you understand? Like, so I'm always like, oh, is this thing going to give me what I want? Or if it's not going to give me what or maybe I release something and it's not, you know, widely accepted, you know, I now see that I'm not thinking of changing my method. But you have to sometimes, you know, persist on something before people pay attention to it. Like, especially like a sound, for example. You want people to know you for a sound or something. You just have to continue to, you know, release content in that sound. And, you know, because I'm at the point in my career where I'm evolving from the Waje who was very ballad and love, you know, to something else that I'll let you guys decide what that something else is, right? Okay. It's, you always have to keep trying different things and trying different things to you know. So those are the things I put I put pressure on. Then sometimes it might be finances. There are times when I want to release something and I don't want to use my money. I have a right to not want to use my money because the music business is a huge business. I am not signed to any record label, so there are times where shout out to my manager because we now have a means of doing that. But before my manager, you know, sometimes I will have to take from my own personal money to do stuff. And then when I've now sunk everything in, I'm now sitting down thinking, okay, other things in my life that I wanted to do, how would I now do it? But me and my manager, we now decided, okay, every time I work and something is given to me, we now work on percentages, right? I can decide that, okay, 30% of this money, you understand, goes to the company account for future content. I may not release content in 2 years, but we'll just keep piling it and just keep piling it. And that's how we sort out producers and mixes and videos and all that. Do you understand? So I feel like sometimes I also daydream. Creatives are like that. And because of that daydreaming, when it's time to do something, you keep pulling it back because in your mind, you don't have the capacity to do it the way you saw it.
You want to do it.
But there are some doors that will not move except in motion. So you have to open those doors that open in motion. And if you're just there waiting for that time in your mind where you think, oh, it's time, you may never get what you want. But there are times when you just take a step and then you meet 1, 2, 3 people that go like, oh, Waje, I can provide you with this. I like, okay, boom, let's do that. And then you move again and you say, oh, you know, we can partner, we can collaborate in this. So you meet people who are willing to, you know, sort of give you
jumpstart.
Yes, or some platform to collaborate, and you guys are giving each other some value. So I feel like those are the challenges. Me removing myself, like removing my human self and thinking of it as a business. So what I now do is I let Alex handle it, to be honest. I can't because I'm too emotional, too much of a passionate person to remove Waje from the mix. Right. You understand? So I let Alex handle it. And then, you know, those my friends you were talking about, sometimes we'll table it. Right. And we'll have a very honest response to the problem and say, okay, Waje, you know what? We don't think it's time for you to do this. And because they are not thinking of me as they are literally talking about me as a product. You understand? I just decide, okay, you know what? I'm not doing this now. Maybe it's not time.
Right.
But I let Alex handle the business. Yeah. Test Solutions handle, because that's the company I'm signed to.
Right.
Yeah, my management.
And I like that you mentioned finances, right? The artist I had yesterday said something. He said how that for him personally, he loves his music. He's doing what he's doing, but let him not lie that he has something else that he's doing that helps fund his music. So you have that.
You have to. You have to. In my early years, I didn't understand that. That is why everything I did for music, but with experience, I realized that there were other things I wanted to do. So last year we did 3 albums. That was financially asking.
Can imagine.
Right? You know what the average producer takes right now, right? So it was financially tasking. So this year, I didn't want to do any of that. This year I wanted to travel. This year I just wanted to sit at home and not necessarily work, because I was burnt. As a matter of fact, when I saw numbers, maybe calls from my team, sometimes I would not even answer. I would like, oh, I was asleep. Sorry, you called. I missed your call. Because PTSD of it's time to go to work. So I had,
because you worked last year.
Hey, God, I was
you were drained.
But so I knew that at the early part of the year, I wanted to, and I couldn't because the voice was going on. So that even affected my mental state.
Yes.
You understand? When the voice was done, I realized, so this is why I was depressed.
Because you went
oh my God, I went through it.
Oh my God, yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Right.
So understanding that you need allowance to, even if it is 1-2 months, to take
a break.
How will you eat if you are taking a break? How will you be paying school fees in dollars? How will you be if you are taking a break? Do you understand? So there are things that your management or you have to do for yourself in making sure. And sometimes it might not necessarily be a business outside the entertainment. Okay. You understand? It might just be understanding the brand and having different spreads of the brand, that there are aspects of you that make money without you standing on stage
to sing. Right.
And for me, I think that's the one that has worked for us.
Okay.
So well.
Yeah.
So when I'm not singing, or there are things that we have tabled for the Waje brand that you may not necessarily know that Waje is involved in it, but it's bringing a level of. And then my merch is coming out, so that's also another.
Well, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm super excited about
shades and sportswear,
active wear, and the perfume is coming.
Oh, yeah, there's a perfume as well.
Yeah. So that's you understand. So I think different things like that.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So before I let you go, I honestly was thinking about this 3 days ago, and I said, I mean, I knew when I knew who you were. I remember when I knew who you were. I remember clearly. I remember what song I heard of yours that I didn't even know you sang at the time. It was a Mini Noest.
Oh, right.
And then I'm like, who is this? What? And then I started following you at the time and all of that. Anyway, long story. And then I started thinking, I'm like, okay. I've always known you as the, power vocalist, for me, best singing voice in Africa. Argue with your keeper, that's your business.
Yes, I agree.
And all of that. But for you, right? When was your big break? When did you feel like a star? We know that, let me explain. Suppose see me now, oh my God, Charles in his house. I don't feel like a star. I won't lie to you, right? And I feel like there's when my friends say things like, no, but you're doing. I'm like, when the time comes, I will feel it. You don't need to preach to me. When I know that, okay, this is the big break, I will know and I will feel it. So for you, Waj, when was that moment when you felt, okay, it's like I'm Miss Tao, like I've arrived. Maybe not even arrived financially or anything, but like your work was, being a bit more recognized.
Can I be honest with you? I don't know if you are going to believe me, or if you guys are going to believe me, but I don't think I've ever felt like that.
You said what? I'll just stop it.
I don't think I have ever I don't think anything has happened.
It's not about being cocky,
No, I'm not being cocky. I don't think, and let me explain it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm one person who puts pressure on myself.
Yes.
Right? But because in my mind, I haven't scratched the surface. And that's the honest truth. In my mind. Charles, you know me. You're my friend. You hang around me. You even gas me more than I gas myself.
Yes,
so
I know.
You know that I'm not lying.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't see it. It's not like I do not see how do I say this? I'm really trying to articulate it.
Yeah, I know.
I know what
you carry.
I carry. I know for a fact what I carry. I'm one of those artists, right, that can almost do anything. I may not know how to do some. Do I have the ability to? Yes. But the knowledge of until I'm given the opportunity and the guidance to do it. So the doing, the work in itself has never been a threat to me. You get? Mm-hmm. And because I know that, mm-hmm. I'm always putting myself under pressure. You understand? Mm-hmm. There are sometimes I'm sitting down at home and I think 1 year, oh, Waje, you've not moved. Mm-hmm. Maybe 6 months, because it's never been up to 1 year. And I engage in classes, dance classes. I'm always working out, so that one is it. I may not necessarily be a size 6, but there are so many people that are size 2. They can't work with me mm-hmm. because of my fitness level, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. So I'm always making sure that I don't sleep. I don't, as great as a vocalist I am, mm-hmm. I still have a coach. That's so you understand the kind of person I am. Yeah. Because I believe that one day I am probably going to stand with someone who the world says is the best in the world. And I want to be able to stand my ground.
Yeah.
For the person to look at me and appreciate me from a place of respect.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, well done, Waje. Wow. You understand? That's how I always see myself. So because of that, I'm always, putting myself under pressure. So every place, every success story, so to speak, has just been a step to something more. Oh, great, we've done it.
Let's go. What's next?
Oh, great, we've done it. What next? Do you understand? Because let's face it. Sugar is sugar. What does sugar do? It sweetens. Honey is honey, right? But if you now take a brand of honey and you brand it, and it's only to a certain territory, it's only going to be celebrated in that territory. As you continue to stretch it and cross borders, it's expanding its reach. But does it change that it sweetens? No. You understand? So that's how I see it. I will always be Waje. I will always be one of the greatest vocalists that has come out of Africa, not even Nigeria. Right? But have I sat down to say this has been my big break? I don't even think by the time I toured the world, I would get to, maybe when I toured the world, that's when I would say, I don't know, I don't want to put that sort of pressure on myself. I feel like as I go, right, I will celebrate moments, but I probably am one of those that will never really see myself as or maybe when I'm done working with Beyonce or something. That one, there is that. My shoulder will be up. That one, when you will call me, I'll tell you hello. Speak to my gate man before you even talk to my PA.
I love it. I love it. But I mean, this was a fun chit chat.
Thank you.
And I like that, you're always 100. With Waje, there's really nothing. She says it the way it is.
Please don't judge me. For those that will listen, and I won't judge you.
So, I know that merch is coming.
Yeah.
I know that the perfume is... What's the perfume called? Do you have a name
Affirmation.
Yet? Affirmation? Ooh. Is it by... Wait. When you say affirmation, what comes to my mind is... Yeah, would you be naming them by Bible scriptures?
No.
Like words?
So, in the packaging, there will be things I would say, depending on what you buy.
Okay.
There will be affirmative words, words of encouragement, inspiring words, some Bible verses. But just because when the idea of affirmations came, I was at a very low point in my life. And I used to have like different tapes of things, like papers of things all over, even in my bathroom. So when I'm on the WC, there's something you've seen it before. There's just a yellow that I might just look at my eyes staring at it, and I'm just saying it and speaking into my being, So that's why, just to encourage people. So every time you give me your money, I will bless you and prophesy into your life.
Okay,
yeah.
and when is it gonna drop? Hopefully next year.
We're supposed to release the activewear and the glasses this September. But we
don't cost
so many things.
Shipping is
I
crazy,
now
man.
understand what people are going through when they are. I hate Luna where they run business for this country. I hate Luna.
So hopefully next year.
No, it will come out this year, but the perfume will come out next year though.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So look out for Waje's brand. What's the activewear called? Affirmation still.
Yeah.
And the shades.
Everything is affirmations, but then you have activewear. You have
sunshades,
yes.
Then
Yeah.
Okay. So look out for affirmations of course I'm gonna be rocking affirmations, just so you know.
Yeah.
So, it's one of the perks of being the friend of a star.
Of course.
It's what it is.
Because you have your own packages. It's coming with love.
I love it. Okay, and fear is catching me to ask you for new music. But
No. I have new music coming. Oh, honey.
You have new music coming?
Yeah.
But you dropped 3 albums last year.
I
Which new music again?
I'm
Is it
an
single?
artist. Are you tired? Should I retire? Hey.
Even me, I'm surprised. There's new music coming.
I finished an EP.
What?
Yeah.
Is this What We Says?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one that's coming.
That's the one that's coming.
Okay,
but it's not
great.
going to come as an EP yet. A word is here in my...
Really?
It's not... We're releasing one single this year. Actually, in the month of October.
Okay.
It's called I Promise.
I Promise.
It's such a beautiful song.
Okay. Can't wait to
I will
hear
show you
that.
the cover after we are done.
Okay, I can't wait to see it. All right. Anyways, it's been a fun interview with the one, the only Waje, and yeah, you know her handle already at official Waje. Follow her everywhere that you can follow her, and please stream her music.
Please,
because it's very important.
It's not for my friends and family alone.
Exactly. We don't have streaming fam, so please help our life. Stream the music so that money can
Even
be
though
made.
we don't mind. I didn't say that.
All right, we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, y'all.